Hey, how you doing there today in that world? Someone took the time to ask me something. They the same age as me, and some of them younger. Well, I had team members today that we was doing a webinar. You know what, we were just mastermind, like something like Skype. So they asked me. They said, "How do I become a good salesman?" Well, I told them about Tony Robbins, and they said they didn't know who that was. So then I looked at it, and I had took updates on everything. Then they asked me, "Do I know anybody else?" So I said Zig Ziglar, and they was like, "I know of Tony Robbins, but a little bit, but Zig Ziglar, I don't know who he is at all." So I understand a lot of people don't know because a lot of people is not entrepreneur wise. So I want to give you an idea of who Zig Ziglar was. Like a background of what he went through his life to become the man he is today. So it's so many ideas you have to think of how far he went, how close he got to, and what level he's at now. Well, I want to give you on his documentary, give you ideas. He's a speaker, he's a author. He wrote almost over, you'll say almost 40 books. I mean, almost 30, over 35. He he died at the age of 80, I think 83 or 85. I mean 86. I mean, and that like 3 years ago. But I want to tell you one how his journey went to give you ideas. Well, throughout his life, he grew up in Alabama in 1926. He was the 10th kid. In 1931, he moved to Mississippi, where he was raised by 12. He was raised as 12 children because his mama had two more kids after 5 more years, and she raised them all by herself because the father that had the kids with him died. He passed away in 1932, and she had to raise them all on her own, all the way until they got older. She instilled volume into all her kids and even Zig Ziglar. But in 1947, he dropped out of college and moved to South Carolina to work as a salesman for a company. In 1949, he found the mentor that saw him, took the time to look at him, and was like, okay, how can I make this work and how can I make him better? Because if you think about it, we helping each other. If you don't have a mentor, a lot of times you don't know how to build to progress your mindset. So he found a mentor at the company who showed him how to become a salesman. And the next year later, he grew to a level that you could not think of, to where he became a manager to a supervisor to the highest supervisor, divisional supervisor. That's another level as supervisor. And after 1970, doing 20 years of sales, he left it because he wanted to be a speaker and speak at events to show people how to become motivators, to motivate other people. So he wanted to motivate other people just like how his mentor did. And then they gave him the nickname Zig. And 5 years later, after doing all of these events, he wanted to take the time to write a book. After 5 years, he wrote a book. But you got to think about it. 30 publishers did not want to take the book, but eventually he found one person to help him publish the book, and he sold 250,000 copies, and he's still selling every day. And in 2001, he became a national speaker association. They gave him the achievement to become the profession, which shows commitment to mentoring other members. In 2002, they made a autobiography of Zig Ziglar, about his life and careers. 2010, a corporation founder and Nick Say retired 3 years after a downfall. A flight of stairs leaves his short-term memory impaired and moved to Perry, Texas, with his wife Jean. The corporation had grew from a business of one to a company with 60 people, and 2 years later, November 2012, he passed away after what his website described as a short about with, I think, pneumonia. His death came 2 days after his 66th wedding anniversary with Jean. Though his time on earth has ended, he is speaking with Jesus now in his heavenly home. Read the status on his Facebook page. The angels in heaven are rejoicing, and his family is celebrating a life well lived. Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing, Zig Ziglar, he's a profession at selling, and if you ever take the time to go back to his YouTube videos, you will see that he's progressed to help you to a level. So a Zig Ziglar biography is always great to show your kids or their kids and other kids how to progress into a higher level, because a lot of times nowadays jobs are slowing down to the point of machines becoming jobs. You heard about the McDonald's where they're having machines do everything nowadays. So nowadays you have to become your own boss. And if you do find a job, you keep it. It's up to you. But nowadays you have to take chances. If you don't, you never know how far you want to go. And I don't want to make this video too long because a lot of people tell me, don't make it too long because you be expressing a lot. So I want to make it short, give you an idea of it. But at the bottom of the video, left side of the video, above the video, on the right side, or maybe click the video. It should be a description somewhere that has my Facebook, my Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, and my phone number. My phone number is 773-416-7553. And if you look in the video, my number should be in the video too. And any other questions I have to think real quick. I don't want to make it too long. Oh, two, if you're helping people, the more people you help, the more you help yourself. So a lot of times people just come to me to talk, and I always take the time to listen. I don't mind that. And then years later, we become a bond because you took the time to understand each other and you trust each other. And I hope this video helped you, gave you an idea who Zig Ziglar was, and maybe you can do research on him more. Use YouTube, maybe go to Facebook page, or maybe hit me up on Facebook and we can communicate, and maybe we can mentor each other to a level that we could never think of. And I hope you have a great day. And my number is 773-416-7553, and I hope you have a great day.